It is week 18, and the Baltimore Ravens already have everything wrapped up. But EDC is cooking yet again. Eric DaCosta, the Ravens DM, making a major signing before the playoffs begin. Possibly someone to help shift the odds or continue to shift the odds in the Ravens' favor at the running back position. EDC is cooking, and so are the Ravens. Ravens Steelers week 18 this Saturday, but a big signing. I'm going to tell you all about it here on the Flex Zone podcast. Ravens Steelers preview, and of course, talking about the newest addition to the Baltimore Ravens backfield here on your preview. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that bell. Week 18, can't believe it, but we're headed to the playoffs as the job is not done yet. What is going on? Happy New Year yet again here on the Flex Zone podcast on your official Baltimore Ravens preview, the only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. It's week 18, everybody, but let's not bury the lead. Let's not bury the lead. EDC is cooking. EDC is doing what he does best, making those signings, making those moves to bolster the roster, and he's done it yet again with the signing today of Dalvin Cook. Let's get straight into the Dalvin Cook news as he is now officially a Baltimore Raven. Dalvin Cook has been signed by the Baltimore Ravens after being cut by the New York Jets this past Tuesday. He is a four-time Pro Bowl running back, as you all know. Now, there were murmurings, there were rumors that the Cowboys were the leaders in the clubhouse to sign Dalvin Cook. And it makes sense. They have Tony Pollard, but adding Dalvin Cook with Tony Pollard, with that offense explosiveness that they have, Dak, CeeDee Lamb, those receivers, hand in glove fit. Not mad at the opportunity that would have been presented for Dalvin, but Dalvin Cook, he's only 28 years of age. For some reason, it seems like he's been in the league forever. And I thought he was maybe over 30. I remember him coming out of Florida State. He was a fantastic running back in college. He's been fantastic in the NFL. Honestly, he's battled some injuries, and unfortunately, with the Jets, we all expected more, but only 214 yards this season. And he's a guy who can not only run the football, but catch the football out of the backfield. And what have we seen this season with the Baltimore Ravens and Todd Monken, which I thought we would see a lot of coming into the season, spreading the field and utilizing backs out of the backfield in the passing game. We've seen it with Justin Hill. We saw it with Keaton Mitchell. We saw it this past weekend with Patrick Ricard and others. Even Gus Edwards has had some beautiful plays in the passing game this season. And let's not forget JK before he went down. But Dalvin Cook can run, he can catch, and I think he's an underrated blocker, honestly, as well. I know Justice Hill is usually in the game on third downs to be that blocking back, but Dalvin Cook can fill that role if needed as well. Now, the Ravens do have Melvin Gordon. We'll see a lot of him this Saturday as the Ravens and Steelers has been moved to Saturday at 4:30. Am I a fan of a Saturday 4:30 afternoon game? No, especially looking at the temperature and the weather, which I'll get to. But Dalvin Cook is a Baltimore Raven. He will be on the practice squad. Now, they will evaluate him, they said, over the next, I guess, maybe the next few weeks. Will they elevate him before Sunday or Saturday? I don't know. Probably, maybe. I would like to get a look at Dalvin because the question coming into this game is who's going to play and who's not going to play. But you're telling me Dalvin Cook has basically been fresh all season? He's healthy, he's motivated, he's going to a contender, he's got an opportunity to get some shine and honestly set up his next contract, whether that's with the Ravens or 31 other opportunities that are out there. And I know running backs, they aren't as valued as they used to be, but having Dalvin Cook with just Gus Edwards, with Justice Hill, and however you want to use Lamar, because we've seen Lamar obviously pass the ball, but we know he can run as well. You see Dalvin Cook, he tweeted out recently, I think in the last few hours, depending on when you see this video, a picture with Zay Flowers. So they're cool. I believe Dalvin Cook and J.K. Dobbins even have the same agent. And it was even a video I did. If you go back and we can link it to this, I know Raj, our social media producer, will do so. There's a video that we did earlier this year before the season when Dalvin Cook was cut by the Vikings. Still don't understand why they cut him. I feel like there was more to that. I know it's about money, but I even did a video saying, should the Ravens sign Dalvin Cook? Is he the missing piece? That was a hot button topic in the community for the Ravens. Now, looking back at it, I did think it was an opportunity, but I think JK and Dalvin with the same agent, it would kind of be, you know, not the smartest move business wise. And you don't want to step on another man's toes, especially with JK probably was playing for a contract. Dalvin Cook was playing for a contract. Obviously, JK is hurt, but Florida State, he was in Florida, so he's a guy who is he's a Florida guy. He's a South Florida guy. Let's not forget that. So he's cool with the Zay Flowers. I'm sure he's cool with the Lamar Jackson. You know, those Florida boys, they hang together and they stick together and they ball out. I mean, think of anybody from Florida. I know it's crazy down there, but they ball out in football, basketball, whatever sport. Them boys ball out. Now, only 28, as I mentioned, explosive guy can catch. I like this signing. Like I said, I would like to possibly see him play this week. I know the weather is going to be terrible. I did allude to it a little earlier. It's going to be, let me check the old weather app here on the old iPhone to give you an accurate, up to the minute flex zone meteorologist forecast. But as we look towards Saturday, 80% chance it looks like of, let's see, we got an 80% chance of precipitation, 75% chance precipitation. So with the daily summary, Saturday's low will be 26 degrees between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. And the high will be 38 degrees between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. Looks like there's going to be more rain than snow potentially, which is still ugly. Like I said, we know Lamar's not playing. It's already been announced by John Harbaugh. I was a proponent that he didn't need to play. I mean, how much better is he going to be playing one quarter or playing a couple of series? This is year 6 for him. This isn't year 2 like it was in 2019, where he is a young player still adjusting to the speed of the game in the playoffs. He doesn't have to play. Let him rest. He's locked up the MVP. He has nothing left to prove. But Dalvin Cook, I give it a solid late season power move by Eric DaCosta. I think it's a solid B signing because it could be a low risk, high reward situation. Like I said, he could be on the field Sunday. He could be elevated. You could rock with him and Melvin Gordon. You could rock with him, Gordon, and a little bit of Justice Hill sprinkled in there. Maybe even if you want to sprinkle in a little bit of Gus Bus, give them a little bit of work briefly. I don't think Lamar doesn't need to play. He's not playing, obviously. Flowers, I probably wouldn't play Flowers, and I probably wouldn't play Beckham if I don't have to. At most, maybe 1 to 2 series for both of them. I'm not playing Stanley. I'm not playing Ronnie Stanley. I'm putting him in bubble wrap until the divisional round. I'm playing Tylen Wallace. I'm playing Laquan Trevorrow. I'm calling him up. And I'm playing a lot of Rashad Bateman. Let Bateman cook. Give Bateman about 12 targets this game. Let him go at it. And I'm probably playing likely to. Give him some targets as well, playing Kolar. Maybe call up Travis Vokolek. Defensively, I'm not playing Marlon Humphrey. Definitely not. Clowney, Vanoy, maybe a little series or two. I know Clowney wants to get a double-digit sacks. Never had double-digit sacks in his career. They're red hot right now. Matabike probably plays a little bit. Roquan, you know he's going to want to play out there for a little bit. Pat Queen with his banged-up shoulder, I believe. I'm not playing him. Brandon Stevens, I'm not playing him. Of course, Kyle Hamilton. We know he's not playing as well. I'm probably even sparingly playing Marcus Williams. I may even sit him. But you can't set everybody, and that's the dilemma you have. You got to dress people. People do have to play. I think Geno Stone will get a lot of run, and we'll see what happens. But getting to this game, I mean, the injury report, we see Zay Flowers, we see others on there. If a guy is not 100%, if he's limited in practice, if he's not practicing, I'm not playing him. If he's a guy who's 70, 80%, give him another week or two so he can get to 100% because you don't want him to play this week at 80%, then he drops down to 60%, and he's only 80% when you get to the playoffs. So we'll see. We'll see what happens as far as that. But that's the injury report. I mean, who plays, who doesn't play? Let me know. Sound off in the comments. Who do you want to play? Who do you not want to play? Those are some of the guys I'm thinking of. Definitely Lamar, Gus and Hill, maybe a quarter. Then I'm going to put Dalvin Cook and I'm going to put Melvin Gordon in there. Ricard, maybe a quarter at most. No Stanley. I'm giving a lot of Bateman, a lot of Likely. No Flowers, no Odell. Giving Wallace some run, giving Trevor some run possibly. And defensively, no Humphrey, no Hamilton. Probably getting Clowney, Van Noy, and Roquan, maybe a quarter at most. No Pat Queen, no Brandon Stevens, and limited Marcus Williams possibly. But I think this is a game the Steelers have to win to get in and with help of others. But I don't really have a lot of keys because the Ravens don't really have to win this game. Now, they are 3.5 point underdogs because of the starters not playing, of course, Lamar. And the Steelers have beaten the Ravens the last two times, here last year and earlier this year with all the drops. I do think the Ravens want to win this game. One key is going to be offensively. How does Tyler Huntley play? Because Tyler Huntley's not only playing for this game, he's playing for his next contract, much like Dalvin Cook. 31 other teams are going to be watching how he plays. Is he going to be able to secure a contract to be a guy that's bought into an organization to compete for a starting job? How does Tyler Huntley play? How does how do guys like Bateman play? What is Bateman's impact? This is a game where he needs to step up and eat. I'm looking at those two players offensively, 1 and 2, Huntley and Bateman. Now, Huntley may be running for his life because the line may be depleted because a lot of guys won't play. But I think Huntley is capable, and he's done it before, of winning games when we need him to. Now, this did happen early in 2019 where the Ravens played the Steelers last game of the season. They had everything wrapped up. RG3 led them to victory, had some injuries, and we kind of know how that ended in 2019. We don't want that to happen. Now, with that said, I do think defensively it's going to be stop the run. They ran the ball 46 times against Seattle. They ain't coming in the bank and running it 46 times and running it with success like that. Stop the run, stop the run, stop the run. Mason Rudolph is starting. Make him throw the football, be physical at the line of scrimmage, and make him have to throw the ball down the field. I think we can get pressure on him. I think we can rattle him. And like I said, make them one dimensional, stop the run, make him have to hold on to the ball and throw it down the field. I do think the Ravens win this game, though. I still think the Ravens are red hot. I mean, until someone beats them, it's going to be hard for me to pick against them, honestly. They're the hottest team in football. They're the best team in football. They're the best record in football. They clinched the number one seed. They have an advantage at quarterback. They have an advantage at the running game. Still number one running team in the league. Number one defense. Home field advantage. It's going to be a sloppy, ugly game. I already thought this game was going to be ugly with the backups. I'm still picking the Ravens. I'm not picking against them. I think this could be this could be a defensive struggle. This could be a snooze fest. This may not be a very exciting game. This could take you back to the days of the 2018 Ravens before 2019, where we didn't score a lot of points, where we didn't have a lot of explosiveness offensively. I think this could be like a 16-14, 16-13 Ravens win. 17-14 Ravens. I think it's going to be a 3-point close game like the Ravens still as always is, but sound off in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. I think the Ravens do win 17-14, 16-14, 16-13, something in that range. And they continue their winning ways and they can get, hopefully, to that 14th win. That'll be what, the most in franchise history? 14-3. That would be amazing. Like I said, I thought this team was around a 12-win team if they played up to their potential and stay healthy. And they look like they're going to be something to deal with in the playoffs. We know Harbaugh. We know Lamar. They've learned from 2019. They have hopefully adjusted and are ready to exercise those demons because we know what the lead up is going to be after next week, heading into their first game when we know who they play. Lamar's 1-3 in the playoffs. He hasn't made it past the divisional round. But how do you feel about the Dalvin Cook signing? How do you feel about the Ravens and Steelers this week? What are you looking forward to seeing? Do you think that the weather is going to be a factor? Are you playing Dalvin Cook this week? Is he going to be a factor in the playoffs? I think the Ravens want to see what they have. That's why I think he needs to play this week to see what they have heading into the playoffs. And boy, without Keaton Mitchell, bringing in a guy who does have that explosiveness, and you can give him 15, 20 carries if he's hot. Let Dalvin cook. All right, sound off in the comments. Put that in the comments, everybody. Let Dalvin cook this Saturday afternoon, 4:30. Remember that because I'm saying Sunday. But Ravens Steelers this weekend. What do you think about the Ravens signing Dalvin Cook? I think it's a solid B move. Eric DaCosta making a nice power play to go all in. Put all your chips in the middle of the table and go get this Super Bowl. Let's go party with Usher in Vegas and win Super Bowl 57. Ravens Steelers this Saturday. I'm picking the Ravens to win yet again. Look for a tight, nip and tuck, snooze, knockdown, drag them out defensive type of game. And look for Dalvin Cook to get some touches. I'm expecting him to get some touches. I'm looking for a big game from Bateman. I'm looking for Huntley to try to show out for his next team. And hopefully the Ravens can stop this. If the Ravens can stop the run, and I know they've had some struggles and problems stopping the run this season, they can just keep Harris and especially Warren, because he's a game breaker. They can keep them under 100. I like our chances. Sign off in the comments, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. We'll be live Saturday evening, the official Baltimore Ravens post-game show. We're here every week. We have at least one more post-game show after this, as will be the divisional round post-game show for the Baltimore Ravens. Opponent to be determined. God's favorite host signing off. Happy New Year yet again. Go Ravens, Ravens lock, Ravens sign Dalvin Cook. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell. Stay tuned to the Flex On Podcast for all your videos. We got your Ravens coverage heading into the playoffs. Let's go get this Super Bowl Ravens flock. Let's go get it done, man. We're overdue for a championship, and let's get it done. Hopefully, if you're going to the game, be careful, be safe. Hopefully, it's not too bad weather-wise, but be careful. We'll see you Saturday night for the Ravens post-game show, and let us know how you feeling about Dalvin Cook and the Ravens and Steelers. Keys, anything I left off, players to watch, anybody who might play that I haven't named, and who are you sitting if you're a Ravens coaching staff and GM. But we'll see you Saturday. Go Ravens, and I'm happy they got Dalvin Cook. Stay tuned here on the Flex On Podcast, only place giving you sports how you want it, when you need it.